Welcome back to Bailiwick Guernsey Shipwrecks, and we're doing our typical Saturday. Everyone's happy. Vogue. We're going to go out and do some scalloping. Not sure what we're going to see. That's why it's quite good.
Scallops, hopefully.
Yeah, loads of scallops. And hopefully some other stuff, something a bit different.
Like a black glass bottle.
Oh, early glass bottle would be nice. Can't say too much. Moldy. Moldy's coming. Shh. She gets a bit temperamental.
Yeah, I couldn't let you have the glory, Phil.
There's old Mole. You went down the wrong one, mate. You went down that one over there.
I had to park at the East Arm.
Oh, is that far away?
Right. Turn the key.
Gotta say action.
Oh, sorry. Action. He's beautiful. You don't see Paul doing that, Mum?
Yeah.
Come on, it's a family show. Well, you missed the noonday gun. That's the sort of venture that takes you to Sark. Conventional passenger ferry. Almost 40 years old, that thing. There's Mike. It's looking nice. Tail, there's loads of boats out.
And today's view is that, really?
It's a lot cleaner than mine. A lot cleaner. So you're preconditioning it in the bucket of cold water.
That's it, something misting up.
Keep it cool.
Nothing worse than a...
Go towards Amfrey way, so.
Amfrey?
Amfrey.
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 Oh, with an M.
With an M.
Oh, with an M. Not Amfrey.
No, not Amfrey. Amfrey.
Uh-oh, what's that? It's a grey cloud. Is that threatening our dive? Day. So you see on top of that pole there is an A. That's for Amfrey, which is a rock marker. The reason they have the letters on the top of them, in the fog, you didn't know where you were, you'd see an A on the top and go, oh, I know where I am. All the rocks have got names.
I'd say it's a bit of good luck that the reef and the letter on the top of the pole both start with the same letter. I don't know how they managed that.
Coincidence, it happens.
Yeah.
When the stars align.
Oh. Weird.
Are you guys chatting or are you going to go diving today?
I'm diving.
Oh, they're just chatting.
We're diving.
Diving on your own gets a little bit boring sometimes, so I like to freshen it up a little and follow another diver around, see how they dive, see what they get up to, see what they find. So this dive, as you can see, is down a almost a cliff face down onto the soft sand. So you hit the seabed at about 20 meters and it carries on down to 40 meters. It's very silty around here. So we've hit the bottom at 34.7 meters. And now just having a little look around, and straight away I see a bit of a problem here. You can see a crab pot's been paid across, and you can see moly in the background. So I've got to be careful now that's there, because I can't swim under it, because my line that goes back to the surface will get tangled without a doubt. So Molly's come over, then realised actually he's against a cliff face, so he's better off going on the outside in slightly deeper water. You can see the tiniest bit of rock catches these lines. That's why I don't like using a rope to the surface. There's only a tiny little rock there, just a tiny little nib sticking out, and it got caught around it. So done Phil a favour, he hasn't gone too far, I've just unhooked him. And it's only the second time I've ever seen this little cave. It's at 35 metres on the end of the reef, and you can go in probably maybe 10-11 feet. Obviously today was a bad idea, because if I'd gone in there and silted it up and swum back out, I could have gone straight underneath that crab pot line, and I probably would have been in a world of pain then. So play it safe, poke your head in, have a little look. You can see a cuckoo wrasse. So having a little look around. I'm getting too carried away. Very silty. Someone's chucked a spider crab at me. Could have been Phil. Looks like it was. And I'm just having a little look here now. I've just noticed there's what we call a mermaid's purse, which is a dogfish pouch. They normally tangle them in a bit of seaweed. Got little curly hairs on the end that keep them fixed. And now we've come back up the reef now, because of that crab pot's there. We've decided to come back up the reef and try and find some shallow water. When we're coming back up the reef, we find this crayfish just sitting there. It is a keeper, but it's illegal for divers to take him, so as usual, film it and let it go. Now we're up on the higher part now. This is it's a horrible soft sand. It's almost like talcum powder, and very clayey underneath. So it's a series of ledges as you come up over these ledges. Not many scallops around though. You can just see there's some more spider crabs coming from the deep up, and they're covered in silty sand. Normally when they get to the top, they're normally fairly clean. Is a large sponge, and it's covered in silt. I wafted it off to try and clean it, and then realised that the sponge isn't connected to anything, so it's been tore off. And this thing could be pretty old. Look at the size of it. This is what we call in Guernsey a shanker. You probably know it as the brown edible crab. Covered in silt. I thought it was dead to start off with, but I picked it up and put it in my bag. This looks like a very large chunk of slate. Sometimes you find these things and you actually find a hole drilled in them, and they're very old stone anchors, but this one doesn't seem to be. So that's a non-local stone, so that's been shipped from somewhere, probably thrown out of a boat, could have been ballast. Let's see if you can figure out what this actually is, what he's found. A bit of a giveaway is the horrible black bottom to it. It looks like it's out of the 1985 American film Cocoon, but it isn't. It's actually a cannibal. It's covered in what they call concretion, and concretion is a hard substance that encases it. It's formed by the sediment falling onto it and compacting and becoming bonded together with minerals with the help of the salt water. So Phil's got out what we call our goodie bag. He's showing me his computer because it's basically just saying, don't worry, I know we've got a bit of time left. And there we go, 110 bars, that's half a tank. We've got loads of time, we're good. So Phil's going to inflate his lift bag, so he's got a little blower freeze. He's a little bit worried here because look at the lift bag, he's inflating it and the clip's just going over the top of his head. So, but we're good. He's done it a few times, so he knows what he's doing. And now he's just waiting, he's just taking the weight, he's inflating loads of air in it, and he's holding it there, and poof, it's off like a rocket. So you've got to watch out these things don't come back down on your head, because the lift bags do rupture. So we're going up now, leaving the air for another dive. And this just shows there's no tide, because normally this rope's kept tight. And the tide's pulling the diver and the bag's still stuck on the ground. There's the underside of the boat. So we're actually at 5 meters here, just doing our 3-minute safety stop. Because we're good boys and we don't want to get bent. Here's Molly doing his rendition of the Titanic.
Yeah, I was going to say you might want to wear a pair of gloves.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Safety
smelly.
glasses.
Safety glasses as well, and cricket box.
She's heavy.
Yeah. 8 pounder. Oh, that's actually not covered in too much frost, is it?
No.
On the other side, look her over. Yeah, see? Oh, I don't reckon she's going to be very good quality,
No,
but
she looks like she's been down there a while.
it might crack off.
Ready?
Like a cocoon. There's hardly any frost on that one. There's hardly any frost. Oh, that smell.
Stinks.
Oh, that smell. You never forget it. Sulphur.
She's not a very good cracker, eh?
No, it's not crack-a-lacking.
That's it.
It's okay though.
Yeah.
Cannonball's a cannonball.
It's a heavy group. A bit disappointing.
So, where do you reckon that was fired from?
Cannonball?
Yeah.
From a cannon.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, probably. Well, might be that one in the harbour. It's a cannonball.
Oh, the noonday gun.
Wonder where it, say where it came from.
Noonday gun, that must have gone right round the planet, Paul, to land here. They fire in that direction.
I'm going to wash the deck down.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Quite good, mate.
Oh, she's weighty. She's a weighty sucker.
It's going to die somewhere.
Oh.
I wonder, you reckon that could be?
I reckon that's a fuse,
What do you
mate. I reckon that's a fuse.
Probably the second.
Could be. Nah, look like a fuse.
Yeah,
no,
it did.
No, it's not, I don't think, mate.
No.
It's just a cast hole in the bottom, I
It's
think.
extremely heavy for. Can I feel the wheel of it? really heavy one.
You're a cannibal Lex.
Yeah, really heavy, eh?
That's really heavy.
Feel that, Matt?
I don't fancy black ants.
Tell you what though, Phil, when you were sending it up, mate, you put a lot of air in it before she went.
Yeah, a lot of air. I did see it lift off the seabed.
I did. I was filming it. It went up like a rocket in the end.
the old bag and I was
How come we're getting the shot line out?
like, we're getting the cement rack.
Oh, cement rack. Which is in that direction.
Probably find no scallops there either, John.
Oh no, I'll find scallops on the cement rack.
There is a few actually.
Are you trying not to find scallops, John?
I was a fly on the wall behind Phil on that dive. It was all about Phil.
Yeah, but Phil didn't find any either.
No, because he was looking at me. Looking at him, looking at me.
Find your cannibal trunks, eh?
Yeah, cannibal's nice.
There's red legs everywhere.
In your bag, though.
No, not a red leg in my bag. The biggest problem is the bag isn't big enough.
Oh, he's got heavy numbers.
Well,
Can he be, what's yours, 89?
98.
98.
I don't
that's-
think there's any smalls.
Winch is squeaking, so it must be heavy.
16, 17.
His is good. Oh, that looks like a big old bag. Yeah, that's a big bag. Phil, that's where we got ours. I knew I'd put him in a big bag. Yeah, there's ours. That is a big bag. Oh, so delicate. Look at the sea, looks like oil. It is an oil slick. So that is an engine room fire on one of the passenger ferries to Herm.
Guernsey BTS, Sylvia K.
Sylvia K, Guernsey BTS, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We'd like to dive on the cement wreck for about half an hour. I trust there's no shipping at the moment, over.
Sylvia K, BTS, that's all okay. Next one is the Clipper 1600.
Fine, mate, thanks. I think well.
And now you're on the sick rack.
So these flashing lights are what we call our strobes in diving. We put them on the bottom of the shot line. Two functions. One is to show you back to where the shot line is, and the second function is sort of a checking card. So each one will have our names on, and as you go off and dive and lose people when you do the dive, you come back and you can see whose names or whose strobes are left. If your strobe's the last one left, that's a green light to start undoing the where we've tied in on the bollard. Now you can see Paul trying to get a feed of redlegs. He's just collecting all the big males that are scattered all over the shipwreck. These crabs' claws are amazing. Doesn't matter where you put your hand, they can always get to you and pinch you. Using one as a deadly weapon. I was thinking about putting it on his bum to see if it'd pinch, but I thought, best not, it's not too safe. You don't get many crabs in a bag, especially these types. They stick their legs out and sort of jam themselves in, almost like putting a cat in the bath. So it seems like all of us are back to the shot line now. Paul's just hung the bag on the shot line. So there's Matt, Paul and Phil. So I've noticed there's two strobes left. Obviously one of them's mine, which is the one on the left. And you can see Molly's is left, and there's Molly on the seabed down towards the stern, looking at where the propeller was. So I thought I'd be nice and wait for Molly and untie for him. So I'm expecting him to come up to my left any second. You can see on my left shoulder is my dump valve. You can see there's air coming out of it. So as I rise back up, the air that's inside my suit is expanding because of the pressures reducing. This is always a boring part of the dive for me, where you just go and wait until your computer clears. But it's showing my battery now, the warning light's turned off. Yeah, it's warmed up a little bit, it's only gone up 1 degree.
that keen in the background. Red legs.
It'll keep so busy for hours. Yeah. That's a bit tight, that one.
Here's another day. Couple of red legs in there.
We're going to go bottle hunting. We're going to catch a big one. We're not scared.
Can't go under them. Can't go round them.
Round them. Everyone who's got kids knows that one. It's a kids adaptation of we're going to catch a bear film. What are we doing, Red Shirt? We're going south.
Going south, 18 metres. Beware of the rednecks.
Beware.
Watch your meters.
What is that?
Watch your meters.
What? What's your meter? Don't wind it up. Don't go into deep. Oh, no, right. You good to go?
Good to go.
This is in the water for dive number 3.
There's no plastic pollution around here.
Yeah, there is, eh?
Off you go. 17. Hang on, Molly. I've got somewhere special for you.
There's a bottle.
Yeah.
There's a bottle.
Well, a bottle.
So unfortunately I didn't get any footage because I was getting an error on my battery.
I actually got some scallops.
Civvies. Oh, 28 in the last one. Seems like I saved the day again.
Oh, yeah, John.
There's a difference with the camera running out of battery when you're underwater. Lets you make an effort. Just waiting for Molly to come up now. See if he's got a bottle. So how many did you get?
It's the snigger number. 69.
The old ones are the best ones.
Always the old ones. Thank you. That's the phone number for the farm, eh? 69, 69.
Isn't that Zoo Lane? Oh, that's 64.
That's
64 Zoo Lane.
64, 64.
We spend far too much time watching children's programmes, especially when they're still on for an hour after they've gone to bed.
Oh yeah, I do that sometimes. I did it last night. I'll sit in front of the telly and 10 minutes later I'm like, why am I still watching SpongeBob?
Oh, that's right, 'cause it's really good.
I do quite like it.
Yeah.
Wet. Hey. I felt it dribble down my neck.
Here comes Mole.
Pretty close to the middle, mate.
Any black glass though, any black glass.
Oh, nice. We've done well on the scallops again, Not bad, not bad.
Not bad.
What's that size?
He's just naturally gifted.
Not the finer bottles, man.
No, not for the bottles.
Is it home, James? Ladders up, flag down. Molly! Joni just in these.
92, I reckon.
Just in that.
Just didn't.
Just in.
Spider.
That's so big, you expect the Cookie Monster to pop his head out that bin lid. Thanks for joining us on that little adventure. I quite enjoyed that. Bit of unplanned shipwreck footage there. Full of male spider crabs. So Paul's got a bag full of them. Take them home. They taste nice. You can't beat spider crab, nice and sweet. In my own opinion, I think it's better than Shanker, to be honest. Gone alright on the numbers with the scallops. I think Keeney hammered us yet again, like he always does. I don't know how many he had. Let's check how many he had. How many scallops in the end?
160.
Ooh.
And he threw a few over the side.
Oh, that were probably big enough as well.
I picked up any undersized, but must have been the darkness of the depth.
It was pretty deep.
26 metres max.
Yeah. Pretty deep to be going scalloping. 36 metres, pretty deep to be going scalloping.
40 for me.
Yeah, it's a bit deep really.
Why is that deep?
It's a bit deep.
Why?
Don't get no time. Don't get no time on the bottom.
I had plenty of time on the bottom, but I had to have plenty of time decoying as well.
Yeah, plenty of time on the way back up.
Nitrox, baby.
This looks nice and clear there. Apart from the diesel.
Thanks for joining us, and I'll see you on the next tide.